Good morning. Good morning to everyone at today's public hearing of the Prosecutor Vetting Commission. My name is Christopher Lehman, Chairperson of the Commission, and I declare the session to be open. Our commission is established under Law 252 on the external evaluation of judges and prosecutors. Under Article 22, Paragraph 13 of that law, it provides that the commission will assess candidates for the Superior Council of Prosecutors Selection and Evaluation Board according to the procedures and criteria regulated under Law 26 of 2022 on measures related to the selection of candidates for the position of members in the self-administration bodies of the prosecutors. The hearing is also being conducted under the Commission's Rules of Procedure for Evaluation under Law 26 of 2022. The subject of today's hearing is Dumitru Triboi, a candidate for the Superior Council of Prosecutors Selection and Evaluation Board. Mr. Triboi, welcome. I am joined by my colleagues on the commission today, and I will do introductions starting from my far right, Nadezhda Hriptievsky, Irmantis Mikalonis. To my immediate right, Virginia Marraro, who is the Vice Chair of the Commission. To my far left, Cornel Lebedinsky, and to my immediate left, Saskia de Vries. We are also assisted by members of our Secretariat. This hearing is open to the public and to members of the media. The hearing will be conducted in Romanian and in English, and I want to encourage everyone to speak slowly and clearly to allow for accurate interpretation. The proceedings are being recorded. The recordings of the Commission's public hearings will be available online on the Commission's website within 3 days after the hearing. Mr. Triboi, during the hearing, one or more members of the Commission will ask you questions. Please answer them truthfully and completely. Your answers are important to us in verifying your financial and ethical integrity. In formulating our questions, we'll take into account your privacy as well as the privacy of family members and close persons. That means we will avoid unnecessary details with regards to street addresses, bank account numbers, ID numbers, or other information of that nature. And for your protection, I would ask that you do the same in your answers. At the end of the hearing, we'll give you an opportunity to make a closing statement to the Commission. Let me start by briefly reviewing the evaluation process for the candidate Dumitru Triboi. The Commission attempted to initiate its evaluation process on 22nd of December 2023 by notifying the candidate by email and asking him to complete and return an ethics questionnaire and financial declaration form. This was unsuccessful due to the candidate's detention at that time on criminal charges. The Commission again attempted to notify the candidate of its initiation of the evaluation process on 1 February 2024, again unsuccessfully due to the candidate's inability at that time to access his prosecutorial email. At the candidate's request, the Commission then forwarded this correspondence initiating the evaluation process to a colleague's email designated by the candidate, and that was done on the 9th of February 2024. The candidate returned the completed questionnaire and declarations on the 15th of February 2024. As part of the evaluation process, the Commission also obtains information from other sources, such as the National Integrity Authority, the State Fiscal Service, the General Inspectorate of the Border Police, other public institutions, financial institutions, and open sources. The Commission assesses the information it obtains from these sources for relevance and reliability. The Commission also sent you 3 rounds of questions. Those were on the 26th of April of this year, the 11th of June 2024, and the 28th of June 2024, all of which you responded to. On the 7th of October, the Commission invited you to attend today's hearing, and at that time we notified you of the specific topics that would be addressed. On the 9th of October, the Commission informed the candidate that the public hearing had been rescheduled for today, the 18th of October, 2024. Mr. Triboi, again, thank you for appearing today at the hearing. I will begin with a few questions to you, and I ask you to respond truthfully and completely in your answers. My first question to you is, do you wish to make any additions or corrections to the answers that you previously provided to the Commission?
Va trebui, esteemed Commission members, from the very beginning, I would like to reiterate what I stated in the information you asked for is absolutely honest towards you. As everyone knows me in my 25 years of activity as a lawyer, I've been honest, correct, and I will be the same today. Nothing to add.
And I just want to clarify, the answers that you provided in your 5-year declaration and your ethics questionnaire, which were returned on the 15th of February of this year, are those all still accurate as of today?
Yes, it's still correct. I just want to make a remark. Some data, not like they are not real, but I inspired from sources that were available to me, because you asked some questions about things happening 24 years ago in 2000.
No, let me correct you. Right now, I'm only asking if the information that you've provided to the Commission is up to date, or if there are any changes since you provided information.
No,
Okay.
then nothing.
Thank you. So I'm going to turn first to the issue of your annual declarations from 2012 through 2019, that 8-year period. Mr. Triboi, during that period, your wife had a patent to operate a market stall in the market located in Kalarasi town, beginning in 2012. Is that correct?
Yes.
And does she still hold that patent?
Exactly. She's at work today. You could check that.
And I understand that there's a monthly fee that is paid to the state fiscal service for that patent. Is that correct?
According to the law on entrepreneurial patent, yes, that's true.
And using that patent, I understand that your wife operates a stall at the market in Colorado, among other things, selling clothes and footwear. Would that be accurate?
It is accurate. I just want to make a comment here. Simultaneously with that market stall, she's also a seller in a furniture shop. So the stall is just in front of that.
Right now, I'm asking particularly about the market stall. Okay.
Exactly, I understood.
And I just want to clarify, is it correct that she operated that stall in those years from 2012 to 2019? And
yes.
She also continued to operate that stall in 2020, 21, and 2022?
No. Yes.
And I understand, in your own words, you had basically said your wife works daily at that stall. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So it's not an occasional job. It's a job that she's continued at for many years, correct?
Yes.
And your wife had monthly sales from that stall, from that market stall. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And your wife, her payment of that patent or license, that's been continuous since at least since 2012, correct?
Yes?
Mr. Triboi, you never reported any of the income to the National Integrity Authority from your wife's activity at that market stall in the years 2012 up until 2019, did you?
Regarding that question, I provided an answer and I refuse to answer right now because I do not remember the data. I consulted that with my wife. It's not me working there, it's her working there. And what I discussed with her and what she told me, I told you that already.
Did you report your wife's income in the year 2012 to the NIA from the market stall? It's a question.
I don't remember now. I cannot say. It was 12 years ago.
Did you report your wife's income in the year 2013 to the National Integrity Authority from the market stall?
If we make an analysis, she started her activity in 2012, but according to the law on declaration of assets, we fill the declarations at the end of the year for the past year.
My question is, did you report her income from the year 2013 in your declaration to the NIA? I assume you probably filed it in March of 2014. That's not my question. My question is if you reported her income from the market stall for the year 2013.
Chairperson, I sent the Commission all the declarations for all the years. I cannot provide such details right now. I did not know. No one told me what questions I was going to be asked today so that I could be prepared. I am answering you based on my memories.
That's not true. A quote from the letter we sent you. We sent you a letter saying we would question you today on failure to declare income and annual declaration for the years 2012, 2019 from your activities in operating a retail market stall with a patent. So I want to clarify, you were advised of what you would be asked about today. I just want to clarify that for the record in this hearing. Did you report your wife's income in 2014 from the patent that she operated at the market stall?
I repeat again, I provided all the information in the declarations and to the Commission based on the declarations that I had. That is everything I can say.
Okay. Did you report your income from the wife? Did you report your wife's income from the patent stall for 2015?
I refuse to answer this question. This is a provocation.
Okay, did you report your wife's income from 2016 from her market stall?
I refuse to answer this question.
Did you report your wife's income to the National Integrity Authority from her activity operating a market in Colarassi in the year 2017?
The answer is the same.
Did you report to the NIA your wife's income from operating a market stall in Colarassi town using her patent in the year 2018?
I informed you.
Actually, no, you didn't. So that's why I'm asking the question. Did you report income?
Chairperson, you are misleading. I informed you officially. I informed all of you. This question is a provocation, and I'm put in a situation here. I refuse to answer questions. Please finish my hearing here.
So the question that I asked you is, I understand your wife had a market stall in the town of Colarasi in 2018, for which she paid patents on a monthly basis. I've asked you a simple question, very similar to the kinds of questions we've been asking the other 15 or 16 candidates that we've had here about their declarations to the National Integrity Authority. We ask candidates if there are things that were not reported or we have questions about things that were an issue in their financial declarations to the National Integrity Authority. It's the role and responsibility of this commission to ask those questions. I'm sorry if you have not understood what Law 252 or Law 26 is about. I did try to articulate at the opening of the hearing what the purpose of this hearing was for. So I'll continue to ask my question, which I think is valid. You are required as a prosecutor to file a declaration with the National Integrity Authority where you state your income. The form, I'm familiar with it, you're familiar with it, it's a clear form. Among the other things, it asks for the income of you and your wife. So my question is to you about the year 2018. Your wife ran a market stall in the town of Colarasi in 2018. It's not a complicated question. I'm asking if you reported the income that was earned at the market stall in 2018 on your declaration form that you filed, I guess, in March of 2019 with the National Integrity Authority. That's my question. Did you?
Esteemed members of the Commission, I repeat again, I've answered all the questions. Please do not offer provocative questions. I've always worked in an honest manner. I never violated any provision. I answered in line with the legislation. So please, if you don't believe me, check the conditions my wife is working in at the market in Colarasi. That's all.
My question is still pending. You can give me a lecture on how to run the commission, but I have a question about whether you reported your wife's income to the National Integrity Authority from her work in the market stall for the year 2018. That's my question.
I've explained that I have already offered the response. And this topic is a topic for heated discussions in my family. This is coming from my wife. I have issues in my family, and I will blame it to the Commission because this creates problems at home.
Okay, I'm going to note for the record that I have asked the question about 4 or 5 times, and I have not received an answer from the candidate. So I'll move on to the next question, which is regards to, did you report the income from the market stall that your wife ran in the market in Colarasi for the year 2019 to the National Integrity Authority?
Please do not ask questions about this stall anymore. Ask my wife, this is her activity, please ask her all the questions. I cannot offer the Commission more than my wife has told me, so I consider these are pressures.
Well, okay, I don't have an answer, but I've run out of years, so I will move on to 2020, where I understand you did begin reporting income from the market stall in 2020 to the National Integrity Authority. Is that correct? That would have been in the declaration you filed. In March of 2021, you did report the income, correct?
I support what I have already mentioned to the Commission.
That's not an answer to my question. I have asked you a simple question. Did you file a declaration with the National Integrity Authority in March of 2021? Do you remember if you filed
Refuz
it?
să răspund. Nu țin minte.
I don't remember.
Okay, so you don't remember if you filed it in March 2021. Do you remember if you filed a declaration with the National Integrity Authority for the year 2021? That would have been filed in March of 2022.
Domnul președinte, pe toți anii am depus declarații.
Mr. Chair, I submitted a declaration for each year. Since the law on the unsaid declaration came into force, I've submitted it. So you have it, what I mentioned in that. I'm not hiding anything. We have the verification documents from NIA stating that I had no violations.
In 2020, I'll refresh your recollection. You did file a declaration with the National Integrity Authority for the year 2020, and in that year, you did declare your wife's income from the market, and you said that she had an income of about 70,000 lei. Do you recall that? Can you confirm that?
Da.
Yes.
So, that's not a negligible sum, is it? 70,000 lei.
Încă o dată nu am înțeles întrebarea.
Please repeat. I did not understand the question. What is neglectable?
Negligible.
Negligible.
It's I don't know what the word is in.
It's not an amount that is low enough not to be considered.
Vă relatați soția că eu
This is what my wife told me, because I'm a prosecutor, I'm not working at the market, I don't know what she sells, I'm not selling those items, we are two different persons.
Why did you only begin reporting your wife's income to the National Integrity Authority in 2020?
încă o dată repet, iarăși mi se
I repeat again, I am being asked the same trap question. I have offered the information, and that is the information. You have the data from the National Authority for Integrity, and I have been checked. There are many structures from the Republic of Moldova checking us annually. I've never had for any institutions any suspicions of impartiality or regarding my integrity. Maybe there were some things, I don't remember, many years have passed. In this period, a lot of activities have taken place. I didn't pay attention back then to get so much information and to offer today in front of the Commission information about each penny. Maybe it's different in your country. This is how the situation was like in the Republic of Moldova for many years.
All right, well then let's talk about the amount of money here, because it's more than a penny. If it's approximately 70,000 lei a year from market income over an 8-year period, that would be 560,000 lei, wouldn't it?
Păi nu a fost în fiecare an câte 70.000 de lei.
It wasn't 70,000 lei each year. I can't answer. I don't remember
Indicat în fiecare an nu a fost în sumele
what
operate.
was each year. The sums varied depending of the sales. Sometimes maybe they weren't sales. I don't know. I didn't get this documented. I didn't inform myself.
Well, no, I'm only
I didn't know.
following up because you just told me it was pennies, so I was trying to clarify your answer. But you say you don't remember, okay. I'm going to move on to the purchase of a Volkswagen van in 2011-2012. I'm sorry. before I move on, let me ask my colleagues if they'd like to question. I believe, Virginia, you have some follow-up questions. Thank you.
Mr. Triboi, I have some clarification questions on the sources of income for your wife. We want you to understand correctly, nobody is accusing you of anything. We just want to clarify the situation to have a clear image of all aspects related to your financial integrity. We are now discussing especially about financial integrity as per Law 26. If I may say something, once again, I would like to ask the Commission, my wife does not want to offer, we have huge conflicts. She didn't want to give me any data, so she didn't.
I don't want you to argue with the members of this Commission. We're just asking questions. This is not a debate society. It is a commission where we're asking you questions about factual information. So I'm not concerned about myself, but please show some respect to my colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to ask some clarification questions on the information that was provided by you as the subject of declaration in the declarations of assets and personal interests, inclusively in the property declarations that were up to 2016. In some declarations, I will not mention the years specifically, you indicated as source of income for your wife's salary, for example, in the declaration for 2012, and you mentioned work activities. Do you remember in 2012, your wife, or throughout 2012, what activities did she carry out and in what institution, authority, or other legal entity was she working? I'll explain. Initially, she was working as a seller in Cristina Jordan company, a furniture company. So this is a form of legal entity. So this was the related to the patent. So in front of the showroom, we have the stall. So it's the stall is one source, and that was the enterprise that was a different source. Later, I don't remember in which year, you declared the third source of income, limited liability company, I think 2019, 2020. In this company, did your wife have salary as? Yes, can you tell me what was the name of the company? Because I don't remember. Could you tell me? Just a second, let me find the information. It's the declaration for 2021, which was submitted in the amended version, Aredon Drabo Plus LLC. These are incomes as salaries. This is the daughter. Thank you. So it is clear for the Commission. You declared the income of the wife from different sources. This is one question. Two. So several. This was my clarification question. Thank you. If I may, Mr. Chair, I also have a clarification question. Dear Mr. Prosecutor, it's good that we've let emotions to one side. So while I phrase my question, you can have enough time. This is a clarification question on whether you looked at the provision of Law 133 on the submission of declarations of assets and personal interests from 2016. Back then, yes, sure, I did. Thank you. And also the guidelines from the site of the NIA, where it is explained how to fill in these declarations to the NIA. No, I admit that I did not look at the guidelines. But after looking at the law, you should have noticed that annually when you submit the declarations, you declare not only your income, but also the income of your wife, but also the dependents. In this context, we have a logical question that arises. You are saying that your wife refused to give you now information based on Law 26. But our question is, throughout the years when you submitted the declarations, when you were about to fill in those declarations, did your wife inform you about her incomes from these commercial activities, such as the patent, where she has a commercial activity based on the patent? And the second, on the income obtained from this individual enterprise where she was working as a seller. We are discussing about when you had to fill in the declaration for the previous year, because you mentioned that throughout your 25-year-long activity you were correct, and this means that you accurately filled in the declaration for the National Center, which later became the National Authority for Integrity. When you were submitting this information, did your wife give you this information, or you did not take it into account? Yes. So, regarding the information at the furniture showroom, she would give me the information she received from accountancy. So, on the stall, she would give me orally. This year, the sales were low. I didn't have an income. In 1 year, we purchased a car. There was a loan. In some years, there were no incomes from the furniture showroom, and this is why she opened the stall to add to this. We have no issue with this, and we are for the development of small and medium businesses in Moldova, but we are obliged to verify this, and the declarations are one of the main things that are checked by the Commission. And again, clarification question arising from your answer. You said that a car was purchased from the funds coming from the commercial activity of your wife, not from that, from the funds of the family. So back then we took a loan and we were paying it back, or we were paying together for the car which is used for the company. It is a second-hand car, an old one. This is no issue. But you know that according to the guidelines and the law, in the asset and personal interest declaration, under incomes, you need to include everything, because the patent is not a form of economic activity that allows you to have bookkeeping, and the purchases or the expenses for buying a car is not like in an LLC. Because in this LLC or other types of companies, it is under the expenses. This is an activity that is supposed to have low incomes, and this car that was bought from your family's incomes was registered on you or your wife as an individual. But you might have used these incomes to pay for the loan. Did you include this under incomes of the family? To include what? The income obtained each year from that stall. Yes, of course it was included. If it existed, it was included. But if you did not include it, it did not exist. Yes, these are the declarations or the statements from my wife each year. Yes, when I filled it in, I would always ask her, did you have any incomes? I'm not working at the market. I don't know why she purchases and sells. I'm not discussing about this activity. We are discussing about the accuracy of the declarations. Yes, I cannot answer for the actions of someone from your family. Thank you. No further questions on this, Mr. Chair.
Well, I'm confused now, and I'll have to go back to my other questions did you report the income from your wife's stall at the market to the National Integrity Authority for the years 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, or 2019?
Dacă au existat, i-am indicat în declarație.
Sorry, if they existed, they were mentioned in the declarations.
So now you're saying you did report that income? That is your testimony to the commission, that you reported all of the income?
Eu am precizare. Dacă au
One
existat,
clarification. If it existed, it was indicated.
un alt răspuns față de
This
ceea
is
ce mă întreb.
a different answer from what you are asking me.
What I was asking you, I'm not going to belabor this because we have the declarations, and we can look at them. Sorry? In April of 2012, your family, you and your wife, purchased a Volkswagen T4 van for 93,360 lei.
Exact.
Is that correct? And you stated that part of the amount for that purchase was a 30,000 lei loan that was taken out by your wife?
Da,
That was from a bank in March 2011, correct?
probabil, da, de la bancă.
Probably, yes, from
Instituții bancare.
a banking institution.
And you've informed the commission that your salary that year was approximately 5,600 lei per month in 2011, correct?
Probabil. Cât am indicat,
Probably, yes.
eu m-am inspirat
It
din
was at the level
informații care mi-au fost
indicated. Got inspired from the information provided by the accountants.
So that would be an annual salary of approximately 67,200 lei per year. Correct?
Yes.
So if we take your salary for 2011 along with the 30,000 lei from the loan and subtract the amount that was spent on the car, that would only leave 5,000 lei to cover all of your other expenses for that entire year. Isn't that correct?
Este corect.
That's correct.
So how do you explain the difference between what you borrowed and earned that year versus what you would have had to spend to live on, since it only leaves 5,000 lei for the entire year for your family to live on?
În acea perioadă,
In that
noi
period,
avusem până la
So,
a procura acela
before purchasing that car, we had a different car, Volkswagen van. We sold that for 4,000, and we added the difference, and we purchased this car.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that answer? I'm not following it.
Deci, până
So,
la achiziționarea
before
noului
we purchased the new
autoturism, noi am
car,
avut în
we
proprietate
had
un
a
autoturism
different car
ce a fost procurat din
which was
banii
purchased
afectați de
from
mama
the
soției, care a fost
money
în
offered
Italia
by
de
my
mult,
mother-in-law,
5
who worked in Italy for 5 years, 2000 until 2004 or 2005, I don't remember exactly. So she helped us. We purchased that Volkswagen Vento E in 2004, and in 2010 we sold it, and later we added to that amount of money and we purchased the second car.
I'm sorry, what car was sold in 2010?
Volkswagen.
You sold a Volkswagen in 2010, and how much was that sold for?
4.000 de euro atunci.
4,000 euros or 3, I don't remember exactly, 3 or 4,000 euros. It's a long time ago.
I'm going to ask if there's any other questions at this point. So Nadia, I'll go to you.
Domnul Triboi, doar o întrebare de...
Mr. Triboi, just one clarification question. On the loan mentioned by you, taken for adding to the amount to be able to purchase the car, why my wife took it. Can you tell us what was the amount and for what period? 30,000 lei. And for what period was it reimbursed? I don't want to mislead you, 3 or 5 years. This is how it's done, 3 or 5 years. So you purchased this in 2018, declared 2011 or 2012, I don't remember. So this, and the second car was also Volkswagen. This was for 6,000 euro. I'm not sure if it was 6,000 euro. I told you the price in lei. And your wife took a loan from the bank, which she paid back. It was 30,000 lei, which she paid back over 3-5 years. Yes, it was paid fully in the deadline established by the banking institution.
Thank you. Mr. Triboi, I have some final questions for you. The Commission is aware that you were involved in a deadly car accident in October 23 and that a criminal case against you has been opened. We're not going to ask you any questions about the case itself because it's not resolved yet, but we would appreciate an update from you on the status of the criminal case.
Da, astăzi, înainte de a veni la
Yes,
ședință,
today before coming to the meeting, I was invited to the Special Cases Prosecutor's Office where I was informed
cele de-a doua rundă de
about the second round of results for the experts' report on the car. And it is mentioned just as in the first ones that I could not have avoided the impact, the collision in the circumstances in which the accident took place.
Thank you for that, but this means that the investigation is still going on, or?
se află la faza de urmărire penală.
It is under the criminal investigation phase, so there are 2 experts' reports that are not finalized yet. This is the report, the informational report, and the report on the technical state of the car.
Okay. Thank you for that information. There is another question that we would like to put to you. You are pursuing the appointment into the Selection and Evaluation Board. When there's a case against you which is not resolved yet, why are you still pursuing this appointment?
Nu, vreau să fac o precizare.
No, I want to make a clarification here. I was suggested by my colleagues in 2021 when I was working as a prosecutor in Ungheni, and at the end of 2021 this got the second place on the country, and it became a model prosecutor's office due to my leadership, and I was nominated. I apologize. We have the meeting minutes for this meeting where my colleagues have nominated me because I have an irreproachable reputation. After all these events took place, I decided to withdraw, but I was informed that if I withdraw before having the evaluation, well, I need peace of mind because but I was told, and I studied the law, if I give up, it was considered that I did not apply for the vetting procedure, and this is why I'm here in front of you. But afterwards, regardless what the result is, I will submit requests to withdraw from all competitions, and I will use the presumption of innocence.
I need to go back and I just want to clarify one thing on the sale of the car because I'm not sure I understood it correctly. You had said that when you bought the car in 2011, the Volkswagen T4 van, some of that money came from the sale in 2010 of the other Volkswagen? Is that?
Yes, exactly, Chairperson. I just want to clarify. I am not sure about the year when I sold the other car. I know it was close. We did not have a vehicle. We were, well, walking. I cannot say precisely.
But it was close in time to when you bought the new Volkswagen?
Maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 2.5. We did not have a car.
I have no further questions. Let me see if anyone else from the Commission has any follow-up questions at this time. We'll give you an opportunity to make a closing statement to the Commission.
Esteemed Commission members, I apologize for being nervous. I would like you to understand me correctly. I'm going through a very difficult period of time from a psychological and emotional perspective, and that is natural to respond negatively to some challenging questions, but I reiterate, please check in all possible sources and ways, and I assure you, if I included some figure ever, those were the times. We were filling out these declarations in the office. Everyone was doing like that. In the first years, we were not taking it very much seriously. It was an innovation for Moldova, and in 2007 and 2008, we were just filling them out like that, and no one ever made any objections. And later on, in 2015, 2016, when things became more serious in the entire country, and it's not only me, I believe you've encountered other similar cases among prosecutors and judges and other employees of law enforcement authorities. Everyone was doing like that. But then we started to take it seriously. I started to gather materials to keep track. Therefore, if some figures, some information do not correspond, it's not because I'm hiding them. Please understand me, I'm honest. I don't remember. Time has passed. I was a manager. I had so much information. I led institutions, had business trips, going to Ungheni every morning, 5 o'clock, and I just don't remember, and it was tiresome. It's about time. That is everything. I thank you, and I apologize for feeling so emotional. Please apologize.
Thank you for your participation in the hearing today and throughout the evaluation process. The Commission will now deliberate on the matter and issue a decision in due course. I declare the hearing to be closed.
Vă mulțumesc.